In today's video, we're going over Spokane Valley, Washington. We're going to go over the commute. We're going to go over the housing. We're going to go over the parks. We're going to go over the geography. We're going to go over the stats. If you were thinking of moving here to Spokane Valley or just in the Spokane area and you're wondering what's going on that community just to the east of the city of Spokane, well, this video, we're going to go over that. My name's Brian Johnson, and I'm a real estate broker right here in Spokane Valley. My office is in the valley with Windermere. If you have any questions about real estate, if you want to list, you want to buy, you want to look at some houses right here in the valley, give me a call, shoot me a text, send me a message. I'm helping my YouTube clients every single day. I get reach outs all the time, and I'll tell you, my YouTube clients are my favorite clients. So if you're thinking about doing something, give me a call. So Spokane Valley is it's a newer city in Washington, actually. It used to be just a suburb of Spokane. It lies just to the east of Spokane, right? Havana is the street the borderline. So it really is the housing across the street from each other. One is in Spokane, one is in the valley. So used to be a giant suburb, unincorporated Spokane County, but now it's Spokane Valley, the city. And let me show you where it's at right here on the map. So looking here at this Google map, you can see on the left-hand side in general, over here is Spokane, and over here is Spokane Valley. Right here on the left side, if you can see where my mouse cursor is the border. That's going to be Havana. And over here on the right side, that is not a street border. That's just a line drawn right in the middle of nothing. And then you have the freeway right here that separates the north side and the south side of the freeway. So if you live here in the valley, one thing you can see is basically we have one freeway. We have I-90. Goes from Seattle to Chicago, I think, or something, and it cuts right here through the middle of the valley. And right along the corridor of the freeway along here is all the commercial real estate and all the industrial for sure. Then you have some streets along here, Sprague and Broadway, and they're sort of, they have a lot of things on there. Car dealers and bars and gas stations and some big box retailers, and there's some housing on these streets, but these are busy corridor streets. So if you live here in the valley, you're going to be using I-90 to get either to your fun times in Coeur d'Alene or Liberty Lake, or you're going to be using I-90 to get over here to Spokane. So you can see here, if you were to drive from the valley to downtown Spokane, it's only 13 minutes. And from the valley to Spokane International Airport, it's only a 20-minute drive. And you can see right here, from the valley to downtown Coeur d'Alene is only 27 minutes. Spokane Valley to Hayden Lake or Hayden, Idaho, where Triple Play is, a fun place that you're going to want to go if you have little ones in your group of people living in a house together. Certain things I can't say anymore. So that's a 34-minute drive. And as an alternate, if you live in the valley and you want to go to Silverwood Theme Park with or without your kids, and I think Boulder Beach Water Park is also at Silverwood Theme Park, that's only a 40-minute drive from the valley. And if you're getting really ambitious and you want to go to Sandpoint and Lake Pend Oreille, maybe you want to go water skiing up there, you want to go to maybe you want to go to Schweitzer and go snow skiing in the winter, well, that's only about an hour and 10-minute drive. An easy drive to Boise is only 6 hours and 31 minutes. But if you want a closer drive to a really big city, you can be to Seattle. Google Maps says 4 hours and 8 minutes. It's a 5-hour drive because you're going to get traffic no matter what. That's just what you have in Seattle. But what you don't have a lot of in the valley is a lot of traffic. Rush hour on I-90, it's not horrible. I get on I-90 all the time to go to the gym right at 5 p.m. And if it's a rush hour day, I have to add about 10 or 12 minutes to my 30-minute commute from North Spokane to the valley to my office or to the gym. And in town and stuff, traffic, if you're coming from a bigger city where you have real traffic, you'll laugh at what little traffic we have. If you've been here your whole life, you'll probably leave comments down below that I don't know what I'm talking about. The traffic here is horrible. And certainly if you compare it to years ago, it's certainly a lot more. But again, like I said, comparing it to the bigger cities like Seattle and Denver, we are not in that nightmare scenario of traffic. You will just be amazed at how reasonable the traffic is here and how at major intersections, the left-hand turn signals really stay green long enough to unload the whole amount of traffic waiting for that left turn lane. It's so obvious. You live in these bigger cities. I remember living in Denver, and I was in the city, and there would be left-hand turn lights on signals that you would have to wait 2 or 3 cycles of the light to get all the cars through. So sit there, wait 2 or 3 cycles of a red light. Why they don't just leave it on long enough to unload the corridor and get everyone through the red light, I don't know. Here in Spokane and in the valley, you're going to see red turn lanes. You're going to unload at those lights. Sorry about getting off on that. So the city of Spokane Valley was actually incorporated on March 31st, 2003. The city, formed combining the urbanized, unincorporated areas east of the city of Spokane. And they took them 4 tries. They had an election 4 different times. No one, they were fighting over it. A lot of people didn't want to become a city because they knew their services would cost more, their taxes would go up, maybe lose some of their rights, I think. Who knows? Who knows what would happen if they didn't do it, but they did. So they did. Now it's big. Spokane Valley is, let's look at the census. It's about 102, 105,000 people. I mean, that goes up and down literally every day, but it's growing a lot. And so looking here on the map right here, you guys, this is the terrain view on Google Maps of what the terrain looks like. And you can see why it's called a valley here is because we have this river, the Spokane River, coming from Lake Coeur d'Alene, comes and cuts right through here. I imagine thousands of years ago, this was probably a bigger corridor of water coming through here because this is the valley right here. The valley, that's it. You have mountains down below here, big conservation area right over here, Washington, Idaho. This big mountainy area behind Liberty Lake. And then up here again, it's big mountainy areas up in here north of the valley. And even in this housing area north of Spokane Valley in here, it's going to be pretty hilly. You're going to be going up in elevation a little bit up in here. So this really is the valley for the river cutting through the middle right here. And the valley's not huge. It's only 37.77 square miles. And 0.29 square miles of that is water, which means just the river in the middle. There's no real lakes or anything that you would to speak of within Spokane Valley, natural lakes or anything like that. So it's land, though we are surrounded by, 60 boatable lakes within 60 minutes of downtown Spokane. So if you're interested in water stuff, the lakes here are incredible. Not only just in Washington, but Coeur d'Alene in Idaho, Lake Hayden up in Hayden, Idaho, and then all the lakes, Liberty Lake and the other lakes right here and near the valley are great fishing, great recreation, great lakes, actually. There's a lot of water stuff. So let's look at some third-party sources of what they say about Spokane. Right here is niche. I call it niche. That's the word. Let's just say it right. Niche.com. Public schools, they give it a B. Housing, they give it a C+. Right here, B, good for this group. C, crime and safety, nightlife, an A-, and B for diversity. So public schools, I've heard, I don't have kids in the valley, but I've heard the Central Valley School District is excellent. Housing is a C+. That's probably due to the rapid increase in pricing and affordability for the local residents because a lot of people moving in have more income. So I can see that getting a C for local housing. Crime and safety, I'm not going to get into any numbers on that, but everyone knows Spokane, we have a lot of property crime here, a lot of car break-ins, that sort of thing. This right here, Spokane Valley rankings, it's number 56 out of 183 for best suburbs for young professionals in Washington. Number 87 out of 183, best suburbs to live in Washington, and the best places to retire in Washington. I got a 99. Here's the age statistics on how the valley breaks down for the age group. It's not an old town. It's not a very young town. It's just kind of a little bit of everybody. I don't know how accurate this is, that the median household income is $56,000. I heard it went up. I was doing other research on housing values and how incomes are actually increasing greater than people realize. So I think this is an older number with inflation that's going on right now in 2022. I think actually what this number jumped up to is $68,000. And here's just a comment on this niche.com. This person gave it a 4 out of 5 stars. Overall, a great area. I feel safe to go out shopping with my children. The weather is great. The hiking trails and the biking trails has easy access. And I feel safe to go enjoy the great outdoors. Absolutely. You guys, the great outdoors is super accessible anywhere in Spokane or Spokane Valley. Also, you also have the Centennial Trail that runs along the river. And that starts up in 9 Mile in North Spokane, way up here where my mouse, if you can see it. And that runs, it's paved. It's a paved trail, no motorcycles, but you can have electric bikes, anything that's non-motorized, and walking, obviously, and all that. Running, you see a lot of people. And that is like 30-some, almost 40 miles. It goes from here all the way into Idaho, and it continues in Idaho another 28 miles, I think. But it's a great paved trail that goes all along the Spokane River, right up through here, through Spokane Valley. Now, here's a parks map in the valley. You've got a number of parks right here. Green Acres Park. You've got Sullivan Park up there, Dishman Park, lots of children's equipment in these areas. You can see that. Edgecliff Park. Down below, down south here, you have Browns Park. And then you've got Castle Park up here. And the real gem in the valley is going to be Discovery Playground up north right here by the YMCA. and then Marabou Springs Park right up there also. And here's some video and shots that I took of Marabou Springs Park. Now here's the map of the Central Valley School District. So it goes all the way past just the city of Spokane Valley into Liberty Lake. You have Liberty Creek Elementary School and Liberty Lake Elementary School up here. You've got Ridgeline High School, Selkirk Middle School up here, Green Acres Middle School, Green Acres Elementary, and then Riverbend up here, Elementary. And then Central Valley High School is going to be right here. And then Progress Elementary, Adams and Evergreen and Sunrise are down here. And then over on this left side, you're going to have University High School is over here. Ponderosa Elementary School, Horizon Middle School, Bodish Opportunity, McDonald, and University up here. So that's the Central Valley School District in the Valley. And I just on personal opinion, I've heard great things about the Central Valley School District. When we were looking at actually moving 4 school districts, it was one of our big considerations was moving the Central Valley School District. Now, one thing the Valley has that's really good is shopping. I mean, if you want big box retailers, all of that kind of stuff, you're going to find more of that in the Valley than you will in Spokane. You're going to have basically all your big things. Walmart, used to have Toys R Us when that was actually here. Targets, you have that in Spokane too. But it seems like in the Valley, it's more, the Valley's laid out differently. There's no downtown core to the Valley at all. So you've basically got housing, and then you've got shopping, and then commercial and industrial. You have a really big mall right in the middle of Spokane Valley, right off of the freeway. That was sort of that shopping core. And then it built around that. You've got other shopping that's going to be, all your restaurants, fast food, all near the mall. What you wouldn't find in the Valley would be the really unique boutique shopping. You might find more of that in Spokane. But again, if you're looking, the Valley is the kind of place that, like a lot of places like North Spokane, the Valley, you never really have to leave the Valley much to go shopping. You don't. But if you wanted some other swankier fun shopping, you might be headed to downtown Coeur d'Alene, which I showed you on the map is a really quick jump to get to downtown Coeur d'Alene for other really cool restaurants. Liberty Lake, you've got some restaurants in Liberty Lake also. So, and again, with the traffic being as light as it is, you can be like around town super quick, so you don't have to worry about being in really bad traffic. I will say though, I'm not an expert on public transportation, but the Valley is going to be a lot like Spokane, and it's pretty woeful, pretty lacking in public transportation. I mean, it's there, you can get around for sure, but it's not very robust, so it's going to take you quite a while to get around town. If you're commuting around on the bus, you have to add a lot of extra time. So unfortunately in this area, there's public transportation, but it is a little bit lacking. And looking here at the cost of living in Spokane Valley, overall, compared to the national average, they're saying it's 7% higher. Housing is 11% higher. Utilities are 1% higher than the national average. Groceries, 3%. Transportation, 10%, probably because it's very inadequate public transportation, so you're going to be driving everywhere. Now, these numbers here look pretty close to what I experienced. The median home price is always changing. It's a little higher in the Valley than it is in Spokane. When they pulled this, it was $441. The median rent was $1350. That certainly sounds about right. Phone bill at $190. Energy bills right here at $173. Gas at $4.81 a gallon. That is exactly what we're doing right now for gas, you guys. I don't know in your town if it's a little cheaper to get gas over in Idaho. Just saying. I'm not sure about the healthcare costs down here. I wouldn't trust that. I have no idea about that. But the top ones right here, I can say these are accurate for what I experienced. All right, you guys, since we're going to be looking in housing, these are the current statistics for what's going on in the Valley right now. I mean, this is August this month. That was just as last month. The median sales price was $465,000, 153 closed sales. Days on market, median was 14. List price received 99.7%. Basically, people are getting their full sales price. The average sold price per square foot is $220. with almost 2 months of inventory. It's telling us it's still a seller's market. So let's look at some of the houses that you would get for the median price in the valley. So here's a house in the valley at $464,000, 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,500 square feet. This is new construction. This house right here is 4-bedroom, 4-bath, built in 2006, 2,200 square feet, $465,000. Another one, 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,300 square feet, built in 06, $465,000. And this one's built, this is brand new also. This is just a little north of our median sales price at $474,000. 3-bedroom, 3-bath, 2,100 square feet, brand new. Now here's an established home built in 1953, 4-bedroom, 2-bath, almost 25, so 2,448 square feet, built in 1953, $475,000. And here's what you'd be getting in Spokane for that same amount of money. Pretty similar houses, you guys, but you probably wouldn't find as much new construction in Spokane as you would in the valley. But you can see these pictures right here. And if you're looking over in North Idaho at that median price to compare it to the valley, this is what you'd see right now. Basically in the Coeur d'Alene Post Falls area, there's only 3 houses. This one for $450,000, $455,000, and this one for $475,000. Let's look at the quick pictures of the outside. 3-bedroom, 2-bath, 1,800 square feet, built in 72. 3-3, 1,200 feet, built in 2002. And this is 3-bedroom, 2.5-bath, 1,655 square feet, built in 13 for $475,000. That's a cute house. That's going to sell. That'll be gone by the time you see this video. Well, I hope that helps you guys. If you have any questions about real estate here in Spokane Valley, Spokane in general, or anywhere in the Inland Empire, feel free to reach out to me anytime. Here's my contact information right here. Send me a text, send me an email, give me a call, and I'd love to help you guys out. Anyway, I have more videos coming up about other towns just like this one in this area, so go ahead and subscribe to the channel if you want to see more of this content, or check out my channel for my market reports I'm doing every Monday morning, going over the stats of what's going on in our market every week right now in Spokane Valley, Liberty Lake, the whole area. I hope that helps you guys, and I hope you enjoy my channel. Thanks.